Yeah.
I get the opposite. I get mid players who blame me for losing their lane 1v1. Nice rotation from Teehee up to the top lane. Jikroy trying to shrug it off with the Inkswell, but will kill himself on the return damage. Rupido will fall for this. Looks like Varij might be a trade if they're not careful, but they're a bit worried because I don't think they've seen the Puck in a while. Puck's showing in the mid lane, sorry, but I don't know why they backed off there. I thought they could kill the Grimstroke as well.
Just in case. They already killed the Sven. I think there's no reason to put them in a position where they could die, you know, if they're diving the tower. I'm sure the Puck is going to TP if they dive the tower. Okay, interesting combination. The Cotter with the Hingsel charging up. Not something you see a lot.
I've never seen that shit before. That's the first time for me.
Main thing that it works. That's what is important. It works. They get the kill, they get back. Now Storm
Hang
is
on,
here.
bot lane. AD rune. Ken tries to chase onto FBZ. The TP comes through for Varij, silencing up the Storm. Turning around the damage. FBC still will go down here as Tama's not at level 6 just yet. He's not going to be able to survive this rotation from In Your Dream. And Storm is a bit too low to try and contribute. Infused Raindrops blocking one of the orbs. You're still trying to kill Varij. Last auto attack. He'll get the double kill before dropping.
That was bad.
I don't know if that's too good.
That was really bad. Varys was supposed to survive there. He just... that was a huge blunder there going back to try and get a right click. I mean, that right click was definitely not needed, you know, for the kill.
Yeah, he was dead already.
The Puck could have just... He could have just gotten the kill on his own there. That was very bad. So, Wisdom Shrines should be one apiece on each side.
Despite all of that, net worth-wise, I think the Puck and the Storm being neck and neck, I guess that's a good sign for the Puck, right? Despite being out CS and everything.
Yeah, very good sign. He's very happy. Because the Puck is going to have the upper hand in the matchup later.
We didn't really get to talk about this after the discussion about the picks and some of the facets, but we didn't really like the decisions made in the draft from REKONIX. Does that mean you favor the IVORY side a bit more? Do you think their lineup is looking sharper? Because you didn't like the Centaur either.
No,
so is there any side that
the
you're
Centaur is
favoring?
like whatever. I think I don't like the Venom more. I think SD and Venom, they're both very similar in what they do. I remember I said that to you.
Varij looks to have been found out here in the jungle. More galvanized stacks going.
I mean, if you're gonna ask
right
me
now.
which side I prefer, I'll probably tell you both drafts I don't really like, you know, in the end of the day. But if I'm gonna be choosing a side to see who I'd rather be, I would rather be on the Ivory side. You know, I think their lineup has a lot more potential.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Teehee getting dived in the mid lane. That's an arcane rune on the Puck.
In Your Dream is definitely, again, you know, once again carrying the team, you know. Like he's always been doing very well in his lanes. He's making rotations. I feel like he's like the key to this team, you know. If he's not having a good game, I feel like they can't really win, you know. Because the two other players tend to farm a lot.
That seems to be the case. We haven't really seen FBZ head on over with a Doom usage just yet.
Yeah, have we actually even seen him rotate in the early game? Like all 3 games he's been pretty static, right? Doesn't really seem like he wants to
In
move.
general.
You have to play for him.
I mean, the way that they play is they rotate to his lane, and then that freed up Jikroy's Shadow Fiend in game number 2. Right? That was kind of the way that they went about that. Right now, seems like REKONIX are aware that there's a tension on Jikroy in the top lane. We'll get Inkswelled up, but Varij is the target. There's the Stampede, charging on forward and trampling their adversaries.
Man, what a sad way to die there.
That was really tough. That was tough.
Imagine like 3
Hydra?
heroes running through you.
no.
Oh, you can't get the ultimate off now.
Oh, and the coil onto 3 still gets the ultimate off because he leveled it late.
Still gonna die.
I think he's ticking down though. Still trying to fight. In Your Dream does go down to the magic burst damage though. And Ken's still looking pretty healthy. Now you've overcommitted big time on REKONIX. You're losing your Sven, and now FBZ is gonna get slowed down by Teehee's rotation. Level 6 on the Venomancer means Noxious Plague, and it even bounces over to Delo. They're pinging for more. Rupido wants him, and with that Venomous Gale connecting, and look at the creep just being annoying, auto-attacking, setting up for another kill onto Ken. This has just gotten from bad to worse as REKONIX bite off a bit more than they can chew.
Yeah, over committing for the Abaddon. This is what happens with this hero. You always think you can kill him quick enough, but then you chase and then you die, you know.
Dire structures are fortified.
Like the Puck death was definitely huge. Very, very huge.
Dire's top tower.
Ivory is definitely in a very, very nice position here. You know, the Storm is very, very fat. Your Centaur is also really, really big. Centaur has Helm building into the pipe. The pipe is going to deal with the Puck, the Grimstroke, the Coddle. All your damage is going to be mitigated. I mean, we're definitely going to be looking at some 20-minute Tormentor fight where I think just looking at based on the items, Centaur is going to have 2 Aura items, maybe Crimson and Pipe. The Storm is also going to have his oh, he didn't buy Greaves this game, he's just buying Kaya
Radiant
traits.
structures are fortified.
He needs a BKB this game against Puck. Like, if he can get it for the Tormentor fight, it's going to be very crucial for them. Like, Dota nowadays is a lot of itemization planning you have is scheduled for the Tormentor.
Are fortified.
Yeah. At least in the pro scene.
Yeah, not your pubs, obviously. Pubs people don't give a shit, man.
Yeah.
They'll tell you
I
just
got people in
farm,
my
just
pubs trying
farm.
for the 20-minute Radiance time.
Yeah, just farm. Don't need to go to Tormentor. Why want to fight? Why do we need to fight? And then you just like, okay, wait, we don't need to fight, right? And then a moment later, oh, enemy has like a strong shot timing. Let's just not fight again, keep dodging. Oh, then enemy goes Roche again. Just farm, don't fight. That is the average SCA pub game, you know? Just farm.
Yeah, and then here's the thing, right? You lose like 90% of your mat. They're pushing high ground, and then your opponents throw on the high ground, and then you win. That's the
Yeah,
average
that
SCA
is
pub.
very familiar.
Doesn't even matter if you get all the objectives. Regen rune snagged away by In Your Dream. Gets banished up, but complete freedom to still play the fight. They're gonna try and focus down the low on the side. In comes the Stampede, trying to help the supports out, but that just sets up for In Your Dream to get another easy op. Bouncing over to the north, jumping over to the south, nowhere to run. And now the Doom comes out. FBZ, he's joined the fray, but Rupido there to help his mid laner out.
Can
Nobody
they
can
save
actually
him?
commit for this. Both the skill shots missing, and
Okay.
even Karma TPing in for the Aphotic Shield save.
He's alive.
Dire's
They would gladly
middle tower
sacrifice
is
2
under
supports to use a Doom, and the core doesn't die.
Yeah. Although I'm not sure whether Ivory are entirely happy with this situation. In Your Dream still getting away with a lot.
You can't be happy with everything. You need to take trades, you know?
That's
It's
true.
not gonna be perfect. Can't be too greedy, Mike.
Yeah, Winter very known for being understanding and accepting of not perfect situations.
Okay, this one I get. This one I get because it's too obvious. Damn you, Mike.
So what is kind of the strat here? Like, are both teams just trying to poke and prod until some sort of timing? What are we waiting for?
I think for Ivory's side, once they have the Kaya plus Sanj on the Storm, means the Storm is going to be very survivable in a team fight. So every time Doom is down, you should definitely always look for a mini fight, like a small skirmish, try to push a tower, try to go for a pick off, that sort of thing.
Okay. 1 more minute until that's up. Doesn't look like
Yeah, but
Ivory are
at
necessarily
the
in a
same time,
rush.
they're also waiting for a lot of items. You know, Abaddon doesn't have anything. Centaur's about to finish pipe. You want to finish it. SD and Venom kind of want to just sit back and farm. And look at what Tihi is doing. This is really, really important to do when you're playing Venom. Farm the enemy jungle. Don't farm your teammates' jungle. Please, those
Yeah.
Venom players out there. Thank you.
The
I just
economy game, right?
got to get it out of my chest, you know, because I've seen this so many times. The my Venom is farming my triangle, taking farm away
Yeah, like-
from my carry, you know, like what the hell, man.
Yeah, and then the carry's gotta go farm the dangerous lane. He dies, and then the Venno pings the
No,
death title.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah. And
goodness.
you ask him, you took my farm, and then he gives you one question mark.
Yeah.
I've seen this way too many times.
Or he just
Radiant's
goes
middle
noob
tower
position
is under
1.
attack.
Yeah. No, they don't say that. They say carry diff. Nowadays, there's a modern way of flaming carry diff.
Well, Tihi will be rightfully punished for overstaying his welcome here in the jungle. This is the right thing to do, but it still hurts when you get caught like this.
Yeah, better him than the Doom dying, the Centaur dying, right? I think that's basically it. This is also the other reason why you should be farming here. You're blocking off the smoke gank.
Dire's
Yeah.
middle tower is
Basically
under
wasted the
attack.
time of 4 enemy heroes smoked up there.
Mm-hmm.
There is another Doom though, right? So you gotta expect maybe sometime in the next 30 seconds to a minute, maybe FBZ will join his team and try and look for some action.
Drake.
Galil setting up a kill onto Drake here, getting
Run.
caught out by the coil, so the Stampede won't help him. Diving forward is Ken. Gets the kill onto Galil, trading 1-for-1 on the supports again. Even with the TPs coming in, I don't think that REKONIX can find more now that the
Ken
coil
is not
down.
done. He's not done. He's coming for more. TP stop. He's looking for Jigroy, but Jigroy, bye-bye. He knows. He knows.
They're running over for an attempt there onto Karma, but very quickly retreating away. Knows the threat of the Doom is looming.
Yeah, you know, every time you make this sort of trade, it's very good if you are on the side with the Storm. Because you're getting the stacks, the galvanized stacks.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
You're happy trading. And now you get the tower thanks to the centaur and the helm. Pipe is done. Rupido is very, very tanky. The beefcake is online.
Yep. A horse cake, maybe, if you want to be more specific.
Okay, have you had horse meat?
Apparently, it's in the apparently, the McDonald's sausage is made out of horse meat. That's what the propaganda
I thought that's
says.
fake. Is that true? Okay,
Who
never
knows?
mind. Hang on.
Lights breaking out. FBZ in trouble. Soulbind onto 2. Double stun, but the disruption is there to save. FBZ will go down, and the swipes come out, though. Jigroy, he's doing a lot of damage with that sword. Now turning towards Sven. Ken has a shield rune, has so much resistances with the Aphotic shield that Jigroy just can't get out of this fight. That's the problem fighting against a Venno. Once you get into his area, you're not getting out. In your dreams, the only one lucky enough to be able to do so.
Go for
Mage
it.
makes it to the high
Go
ground.
Ken, soaring ready. Oh my god, Ken is so disciplined. He actually didn't go for it.
See, the problem is you're egging him on, but if he actually did go for it, you would yell at him.
No, I wouldn't, bro. 3 heroes.
You'd be like, that was so poor from Ken.
Three
Why
heroes
did he
dead.
do that?
3 heroes dead, brother. 3 heroes dead.
Okay. I mean, when you get a double soulbind like that and your Sven's punching away with God Strength, you would think that you would win the fight. So it's a pretty sad sign from REKONIX that they weren't really able to.
Yeah, damage issues.
Still,
they have
even-
damage
still-
issues right now.
Barrage will die. I'm looking back, the only person they killed is Rupido.
Yeah, they're all in here. I mean, right now, they just don't have enough items. Yeah, their heroes need to farm. Like the Sun needs to have dagger plus BKB. I think maybe he can try to fight once he gets his dagger. Usually Sven players do that. And if they get a pick off, they just go back to farm. And that's also the aura diff, right? The Doom doesn't have his pipe completed yet, but the Centaur has his pipe. So he tanked a lot of damage from the Puck, Kotter, and the Grimstroke. Even the
Yeah.
Doom, you know, the Scorch Earth does, I believe, the bulk of your damage in this type of early team fights.
Probably helped his team negate an entire, like, 1 or 2 orbs from the park, or maybe even the Stormhammer damage, right? Like, it's a really big deal.
Yeah, he is for sure. Very big deal. Pipe is the best item if you ask Tino, he'll tell you that exactly.
Cool.
You must buy pipe every game.
Yeah. It's working out for Execration. They're in the upper bracket, but right now, REKONIX as well as IVORY, they're fighting for that slot. Trying to make it there. It's looking promising if you're on the side of
Ken
IVORY
is-
right now. They're exerting their
Ken is
pressure on
going
the
to
map.
buy the Orchid. He's halfway there.
Oh, they see Jigroy.
Uh-oh.
Brother.
Brother, where is his CP? Why is he down here with no teleport scroll? Somebody kill his
I
career?
think the better question, how
Did he lose
they
his
see-
career? I think he lost his career. That's why he was stuck. Damn.
Oh, it must have died to some Venom wards.
Yeah, probably.
Because they died to the Venom wards, and then I think they saw the...
Yeah, they saw the
Oh,
the
no.
career with the TP scroll in it, then they probably found him because of that.
That's crazy. Rupido up in the top lane, disruption.
Nice one.
Timely, and here comes Ken,
Nice
looking
one.
to punch the back line. A Stampede away, Soulbind is there, but it barely does anything because no one's there to do the damage. In Your Dream just has to run, and now they're looking towards the low in the tree line. Ken knows he's around somewhere. Doesn't spot him because of the nighttime. In Your Dream, waiting around the wings to try and silence up Ken, but the problem is this Storm, he's a bit too tanky. FBZ's running forward,
He's
will eat
dead.
an entire Noxious Plague. He has that pipe helping him out, but he's just taking so much damage from the Veno alone.
Okay, maybe
In
not.
Your Dream, having to back up, Rupido, he's healed up to a decent degree.
Never mind.
Well, their carry,
He's
they can't
pretty
really get much
tanky
done.
with the pipe also, the Doom.
Yeah.
He ate everything.
Meanwhile, Karma and Jigroy 1v1ing in the mid lane. Rupido has TP'd in to try and help. Can they really do this? This is weird. I don't know what this is about. Onto In Your Dream now. Where's the follow-up? In Your Dream. Using the orb and the jaunt, jumping away. In Your Dream
big
still
kill.
found though. Ken, what a play. And now with Karma coming in, FBZ can't even doom anyone.
Yeah, what's your Sven gonna do? He has a dagger in the career. He can't fight. He has to wait for the career. It's a very unfortunate death.
Dire's middle tower
Losing the
is under
TP,
attack.
losing the dagger. And they have really
Losing his
no,
life as well.
they have really no momentum in this game right now. REKONIX. Despite starting the game really well, just having very farm heavy cores, right, just doesn't really make it easy for them to move around. And obviously because the support duo as well, Grimstroke plus Kotal, they are very greedy support duo by nature.
Yeah.
It's just
We're kind of seeing the Grimstroke fade into irrelevance here, right? Every single fight, he gets a soulbind, okay, cool, and then he feels like he's just dying to collateral damage.
this is like the support's trying to pick heroes that can carry the game, instead of picking heroes that can just enable the cause.
Yeah. But then we can't even really blame the supports entirely, right? Because the whole drafting style from REKONIX has felt weird to us, at least in the past few games, in the past few times we've seen them play. Just an obsession almost with the core-to-core matchups that they're not really seeing how the big picture looks together. There's the Orchid reveal, the puck does not have a single save, and Varish will likely get run down by the slows. In comes the Stampede.
Oh, he's
and
stuck.
They trap him in the tree
Holy.
line. He can't even get out. That's tough.
That is a very sad way to die there. Getting stuck in a tree next to a Venobot. Yeah, I think I really like that you brought it up, it's like this overly obsession to core matchup and picking supports that want to carry the game on their own instead of enabling the cores, and their draft just feels always very wonky because of that,
It's just weird, right? Because if you look at the draft on paper, you can't even argue that Grimstroke doesn't pair with the team. You have the Inkswell for the Sven, you got the Inkswell for
it's just
your
the
Doom
overall,
and the double Doom,
it's
but
the
it doesn't
overall
really
lineup. Like, you cannot have
Yeah.
Grim and Kotal together. Like, it's generally not a very good idea.
Dire's bottom tower
It's very strange to say it doesn't work because
are fortified.
these abilities are known combinations, but I think you always love to say this, Winter, even though it looks like that on paper, it doesn't really play out that way, right? You're not really thinking about the different nuances and the layers in the draft. How is it going to happen after the lanes? What are you going to do in this mid-game? How the itemization, timing's going to interact with one another? Feels like REKONIX just don't have any of that planned out. And it's showing right now. With a 7k gold lead, IVORY, they know exactly what they want to do. The timings are clean. The movements on the map are pretty solid.
Tower is under attack.
You got like Greaves coming up on your Veno soon. You got all the other auras you could ask for on Rupido. Now he's working on the Lotus into the eggs. And even though Abaddon is a bit of a slower hero, he's now reached his timings, right? He's gonna get maybe an Aegis for himself, maybe an Aegis for the Storm, but then the Manta's coming along nicely so he can shrug off the silence. And what do you even do? You scan out this Roche attempt. Okay, cool. Maybe REKONIX will go
I
for the
dare you
Tormentor
to
as a
come.
trade.
IVORY is saying, I dare you to come.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Take the fight. Come and take the fight. It will all just be bonus kills after the Roshan goes down.
Oh, look at Karma. Look at Karma. He's running straight for the Tormentor. Try and catch him, but oh, that is awkward. That is awkward. He's still going to be able to pop the ultimate and get back to the safety of the Shadow Demon. They've disrupted the attempt on the Tormentor now. Ken with an AD rune looking for his opening though. Here comes the zip in onto Jigroy, forcing the BKB, poking and running. Nicely done from IVORY if they can retreat with Rupido as well. Glimmer Cape saving him, Karma coming back in for the shield as well. All the cores on the side of IVORY living on a sliver of HP, but it's important because they've stopped REKONIX from trying this Tormentor. They don't get anything for that Roche.
Doom is expanded. They have to bail. No way they fight.
Yeah.
I mean, the Doom even...
A bit of a
the-
misstep there, right, from the Sven because he blinked down, but Karma was walking up.
Yeah, that was definitely a kill on the Abaddon, if they did it properly. And Doom is like kind of giving up already. He went for a minus.
Oh no.
This is bad news. And going pipe into BKB is just a very non-synergistic way of building your items.
Why do you think the Midas shows that he's given up here? Why do you think?
He has lost
Do you
faith.
not think maybe REKONIX are saying we maybe take this late?
Radiant's bottom tower is
Yeah, but
under
there's
attack.
not going to be late when there's no present. Like he's just giving up fighting. I think he actually has to keep buying items to try and fight, even though the fights has not been going well. Because that's their best hope. If they don't fight, people are just gonna die on the map. You're playing against the Storm, right? You're trying to split the map against the Storm that has Orchid. What do you think are your chances of you being able to push out the waves, right? As a cost? Very little.
Yeah. You're gonna try and make a go into Rupido. There's the blink forward. Jikroy popping the God Strength, slicing away on the horse. Wants to turn him into a patty, will be successful in doing so. First big pick in a long time for REKONIX. They needed that.
Finally, this is the first time he felt the Sven in the game.
Yeah.
He actually has damage if he's allowed to stick on the target. But that's not going to be so easy in a team fight when SD is around. He needs to kill the SD.
Top tower is under attack.
Look at Teehee.
He just doesn't give a shit,
It's
yeah.
just zero fear, bro. Like,
Just walking up, killing the
that's
ward.
insane.
I dare you. Come at me, bro.
I will say, as much as REKONIX are struggling, their aggressive vision is pretty solid. Gonna doom up the Abaddon. Keep him under as well. Disruption is there. Where's the follow-up damage onto him though? We'll still be able to pop the borrowed time. That's gonna buy him a precious few seconds. And Jikroy charging in now. Stampede is just gonna allow them all to escape. No one's dying here, and T is turning around now onto Jikroy. You still have that BKB, but you used the God Strength earlier, so you don't have that damage in the fight. Hence just laying waste to your backline. The stun catches Karma on the blink in, but he has an Aphotic Shield for the Storm. The low saved by the Glimmer Cape, but Jikroy might not be quite as lucky. Both the supports ganging up on the carry, and Rupido leading the charge as well. One final stomp. Karma's coming in. Drake will get the kill, and it's a full team-wide. REKONIX get blasted.
Has fallen.
No chance at all, you know. Even without the Centaur. The Centaur was dead majority of the fight, but the Storm, you know, the Storm, the Venom, the Baden, despite getting doomed, still managed to output a significant amount of damage, you know, in the team fights. The Disseminate onto the Abaddon, just reflecting so much damage. It's not very obvious, but I mean, this is why SD together with Abaddon, those are the two opening picks. Those are very strong together.
Yeah.
Dire's middle barracks
Even if you stop the healing from the borrowed time, it doesn't matter because you're still dumping damage into him that gets reflected your way.
is under attack.
So easy to play these fights, especially for Ken, right? We see him in the back line completely undisturbed. He's able to pick up supports, he's able to pick up cores, he's able to really do anything he wants without being stopped. Didn't even lose that ages. Still got 1 minute on that bad boy.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you're kind of hoping in the team fights, either the Puck or the Sven, you need to be able to jump the banner and the SD. I think so far, at least for me, the SD hasn't been targeted at all, you know, in the team fights. He's just safely
barely.
standing behind, getting his spells off. Very, very high impact every time. He gets the Purge on the Sven, he gets the Disseminate onto his teammates. Then the Disrupt to buy time for the Doom to wear off. Like, all those spells, very, very high impact every fight, you know.
Yeah. I actually like it the most when IVORY have this set up with their supports. Because we've seen time and time again that Drake, when he's allowed a hero that he can set up with and make plays, he shows up big time for the team. I like it a lot more than him on Spirit Breaker, where it's very much a hero that needs someone else to set up. Sometimes we see his Hoodwink, now we're seeing a Shadow Demon. You give Drake a playmaker, he's going to make them plays in this game. Showing up big time. Avarish is going to try and steal away the Wisdom Shrine. Very sneaky stuff. I think he'll be able to get away with it too.
Yeah, making the best of a shitty situation. I mean, they haven't really been able to get the double doom, right? I don't remember seeing any of the fights going Soulbind into double doom.
Yeah, no. We've seen Soulbind into other spells.
Yeah,
We've
they
seen Soulbind
need
into
the double
Stormhammer,
doom.
That's it.
They have to be able to execute the double doom. Maybe they'll have a chance in a team fight.
Yeah.
If they can get the doom on Abaddon and Storm, voila, perfect.
Tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
it's you will actually win the fight, I think. Provided that Rupido doesn't somehow repel it with the Lotus Orb, of course.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And also the Stampede, right? If they can just run, you know.
They gotta run in the same
Yeah,
direction.
same
They're
di-
trying to
together.
run two separate directions, so fine.
Yeah, I mean, you're reminding me of some Squid Games shit I saw. They're binded at the legs and they have to run at the same direction.
Oh, the sort of school games race, right?
Yeah.
Oh, miserable.
Yeah. You remember back in the days, Soulbind actually slows you as well. As the
Radiant's
movement
bottom
speed slow,
tower is
it's
under
even
attack.
worse than what it is now.
Okay, look, I miss when Grimstroke was a hero. That's all. I'm
Yeah, I
saying.
love the
I
hero.
like that hero.
I love the
Is
hero.
under attack.
Kind of
I
sad.
feel like he's potential.
Kind of sad that they actually nerf every part of the hero.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
what can you
maybe
do?
one day we'll see it back in the meta. For now, though, Varij is not making a very good case of it. But we gotta thank him, right? The Grimstroke players gotta
Yeah,
say
you don't
thanks,
want
because
to-
right now I think
you-
if you're a Valve employee watching this game, you're like, damn, Grimstroke sucks ass, bro. We need to buff this guy.
You know what he needs? More move speed.
Right. Right. Okay, Winter.
I mean, what's wrong with more move speed?
I think it's just OP. Giving any hero more move speed is OP.
How about just 5 or 10? No,
Do you think that will make a major difference in his win rate?
why not? I think.
I mean, he
10
moves a little bit faster, but his spells are still dog shit.
Yeah, the faster you move, the easier you get into position to cast your spells.
Okay.
10 move speed.
Yeah.
Petition.
You know what? This game we can give Varij 20 move speed. I'll be generous. Blink up to the high ground. They just find themselves some wards. Teehee hiding away, turns around, pops the ultimate, but in comes Rupido. Disruption to save. This is an awkward goal from Jikroy as he just stampedes out. Are you serious? Jikroy has to turn around, but FBZ dooms himself. The BKB from Jikroy is gonna run out slowly but surely. And now Jikroy, he's left in no man's land while Ken is cleaning up your backline. You gotta expect the GGs to be dropped. Your REKONIX will get stomped out of this game number 3. The Indonesian superstars that took away the Blast Malta qualification. They looked so amazing just a month ago, but seemingly something has changed with this team. They're not quite as hot as they were back then. IVORY will topple them and stay in the upper bracket while REKONIX gets sent to the lower bracket.
Yeah, they did it in Star as well, like especially